Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another midweek matchup in this CSC Challenger Series brought to you by the PPD. William Stewart here of USA Darts, finally joined once again by Sean Green of To The Point Streaming. How's it been going, Sean?
Oh man, lots of this going on, buddy. No, it has been absolutely phenomenal. Shout out first and foremost to my wife, who's an absolute champion to do what she was able to do and what she continues to be able to do. It is a testament to what women can do everywhere, but especially my wife. She did fantastic. But I'm here. I'm excited. Only missed one broadcast, and Nick did fantastic on Monday. We're probably going to lose viewers because I'm back on. But yeah, it was great, man. Um, but hey, we got another great night of darts. Brandon Neal, Tito Martinez. Let's get into this bad boy. How are you doing, bud?
Been doing good. My wife's in the background getting me a water right now. If you didn't see her in the background, she crept around the corner and came back. So she was someone forgot and wasn't prepared with that one. So she's bringing me one of those. But we're gonna take a look at this bracket here after that massive Division One matchup with me and Nick were able to watch that one Monday night. It was wow. I think that if I know you caught a recap of that one, but it was a phenomenal
Oh my
phenomenal match.
Dude, I just saw a whole bunch of fire being thrown. That's all I saw. Maloney would throw a 9 mark, then right back with Jordan, and then back to Maloney and 9 mark. I mean, it was insane, dude. The darts that were thrown on there. Brandon Neal is actually in the chat right now, wanting a prediction from you straight off the bat, which is hilarious. So we'll get to that in just a second. Looking at this bracket, last week we saw Brandon Westover and Dan Levine. Dan Levine got that, and I will never, ever, ever mess up his name again, as he is sitting on our king seat.
Yeah, that was quite the funny one. Usually, I'm the one with the errors on the last names, but Lapine was a good one, brother. We gotta admit that one. But Scott Hanish and Cody Drager are playing actually in the background. I know that Scott was live for that one for a little bit. I did not catch how that one went, but I'm sure Scott will be tuning in eventually. So we will see where that goes. But on the bottom half, as we only have 6 remaining players in this Division 2, and we got our matchup of the night. This is Brandon Neal and Tito Martinez. Should be a good
Yeah,
one here.
absolutely. We've seen Brandon Neal on the stream a couple of times. We do have Brandon Westover waiting there in the third place match. So the winner of Brandon Neal and Tito Martinez will take on the winner of Scott Hanish and Cody Drager. And if you're looking at the money here, right? If you lose tonight, you walk out of here with your entry fee, $100. If you win tonight, you are guaranteed at least $400, and that number just jumps dramatically if you happen to win next week's match to get you to that $1,000 mark. So there's a lot on the line for these guys over the next couple of weeks, and that's what we're excited about and looking forward to. Cannot wait for this bad boy.
Yeah, well, let's go ahead and take a look at the tail of the tape here between these two gentlemen. As Brandon Neal taking on Tito Martinez this evening. Check out those NPRs from before this tournament got going. 4.1 and a 4.0 there for these two guys, respectively. 18-gram Elka Dart shark fins for Brandon Neal. 17-gram Q-Sol 361 Reapers for Tito Martinez.
Yeah, and actually both these guys are throwing some Q school or Q soul at least branded stuff. Brandon Neal throws the Q-Soul Tarot system for his flights, and we got Tito throwing the Q-School 361 Reapers. If you're looking at the averages here, Tito is actually pretty much on par for his average that's on screen. He is averaging right now a 4.05 for this tournament. So he's staying nice and consistent. Brandon Neal has upped his average a little bit, a 4.27 currently in this tournament. Brandon with 18 9 marks to Tito's 10. So there's a little bit of firepower there from Brandon Neal that maybe Tito has been keeping in the reserves, so to speak. But man, I'm excited for you guys to see what Brandon is wearing, because it is exactly that bathroom selfie that he has right there.
It's a nice outfit, as we all know. Brandon likes to look the part here, as we say. Likes
And
to look good, play good.
he definitely does tonight. But this is going to be a fantastic match. I'm excited to see these two play. Brandon, of course, has been on the stream a couple of times. We know what he's going to do. I'm excited to see how Tito is going to respond because Tito, even if they haven't played each other very often, will be able to know kind of what Brandon does because he's watched a couple of these. So that might be an interesting little look into it. Of course, Brandon is sitting there from Nebraska, so a little bit north side of the country versus Tito and Texas. So that'll be interesting to see. Tito's playing out of Duke's Saloon, which is the most Texas bar name of all time, right? Like you can't get
Yeah,
more Texas.
that's a pretty good one. That's a pretty good one indeed. And as we're gonna see here, Brandon Neal is playing at a Sundowners bar over in Bellevue, Nebraska. So that's gonna be the image we got tonight. And of course, we've seen on the stream before, he's got league night going on around him, kind of in the background. Good to see those guys playing as always. So it should be a fun one here on the CSC Challenger Series, brought to you by Partners Promoting Darts.
Absolutely. And again, I know you guys mentioned it on Monday, and I really appreciate it. But it's because it's so shocking, right? You're sitting there in Kansas. I'm over here in Indianapolis, Indiana. We got Nick with us on the controls from Orlando, Florida, as we're watching Nebraska and Texas take on this battle of the Darters, right? The CSC Challenger Series. I'm excited to get going, bud. You can tell I'm almost a little bit out of practice here.
It's you got a little reason there. I'm sure you're probably catching up on some or trying to catch up on some sleep. It's a little bit tough right now with the kiddo, but hey, we're happy that you're here for this one. Back once again, as it's this Division II matchup between Brandon Neal and Tito Martinez. It looks like we're going to be getting started here momentarily as these gentlemen kind of send out their farewell text or check out the group chat and say, "All right, let's get going here." As we're gonna play a little countdown, as they say. We'll start at 5:01, and this will be our diddle here as we try to get the highest number in 3 darts, pretty much. So that'll determine who gets to start this CSC Challenger Series.
Absolutely. And guys, we have a lot of you joining us in the chat already. Make sure to tell us where you're tuning in from. We love to see that. We want to see how many of the Nebraska folks are tuning in. We want to see all the Texas people tune in with us for the first time. Seeing Tito Martinez's match here. If you're tuning in with us from the great state of Kansas, let us know. We're excited for this. This is going to be great. Remember the first time we did a count up? Willie Walker steps up there the very first one and gets a 180.
Yeah, I made it look real easy. It was kind of like, come on, man, really? You're gonna do that to us right now?
Okay.
Scott Hanish commenting, Scott lost to Cody. So, unfortunately, Scott Hanish falls out of the loser's side bracket, and Cody Drager will move on. So, winner of this match will play Cody Drager.
Yep, Cody Drager, guaranteed at least $400 now. Scott, one of our all-time favorites in the chat and all-time favorite people to watch throw some darts. Favorite partner of yours, I'm sure. Sad news that he is out of this bracket, but the good news is that we're going to have more of these bad boys a-coming. So, Scott, keep your game sharp and let's get going.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the benefit about doing this. We announced that we're gonna bump up our Division 2 a little bit for the next one. We're gonna do 32 in the Division 1, 32 in Division 2. So a lot more streaming opportunities, as well as a lot more participants involved in this CSC Challenger Series. So good news there is more money, more prizes, and more players.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm excited here. Tito starts off. He did win the diddle, the 3-dart count up. So he went first, but he did not take advantage of that with just a 2 mark there. And we'll see if Brandon can get in here, and he does not. Only a 2 mark to follow. So these guys a little bit slow to start off with, but it is, let's be honest, it is the first leg, first throw. So We're not expecting 9 marks right out the gate, right?
Yeah, they're gonna have to work their way into this match. Unfortunately, I don't know much about Tito. I think we kind of discussed that in the very. I think both of us are kind of in the same boat on that one. We don't know much about him, but he's played well to get in this position that he's in now with a overall win percentage of 65.9%. That's going to be the highest in Division Two. Followed, behind. I think Brandon's sitting in that fourth or fifth spot with a 54.7 win percentage. So yeah, I mean something to kind of think about there is we saw those MPRs, we talked about them, a 4.05 for Tito, 4.27 for Brandon, but
Yeah,
Tito a little bit better in that win percentage.
yeah, and it's gonna be interesting to see if Tito ups his game here a little bit. Not to say that a 4.05 cannot beat a 4.27 on any given day because it can definitely happen. But I think we're gonna expect some games in the high four range, and go from there. Brandon with a nice 5 mark kind of gets back into it a little bit. Again, these guys starting off a little bit slower than typical, but as I say that, Tito Martinez throws in a nice 6 mark. It's going to be great to watch some darts tonight, bud. I cannot tell you how excited I am to be back here at home. Baby's doing great, wife's doing great. They're in the other room. Our other little one is at grandma's tonight, so that mom can kind of get some rest too. But it's going to be a great night. I'm excited.
That should be a fantastic match here. I think we're going to definitely see a little bit less of a quicker match than we saw on Monday night. I mean, geez, it was almost lights out on that on that Monday night match. It was just like over before you blinked almost. But these guys take a little bit more time with and focus on their shots. A little bit more technical players. But is what I'm seeing so far from Tito Martinez, at least, because like I said, I don't know much about him. I do know a lot more about Brandon. But I mean, so far we're seeing that average creep up already. I think we're going to be in for a doozy here.
Oh, absolutely. It's going to be a nice little back and forth battle for sure. I can tell you that much. We know Brandon Neal is going to scrap along, and Tito has to be just as good at that, if not better, with that win percentage average, and it's going to be a good time.
Something I did
T-
want to ask you while we get into
yeah,
this, when we get into this nitty gritty here. You've had quite the week here. Saturday you had your uh, siege
yeah, the Siege
event.
Clash of the Titans tournament there on Saturday. It was awesome, man. Great darts being thrown. We had one match where George Daniels and Sestefano were both of them averaged over 90 for that match. Just throwing fire back and forth at each other. Uh, it could not have been better. The GOAT himself, most decorated American dart player in history, Larry Butler, takes another title down as he defeated Danny Lobby Jr. in the finals.
Wow.
Um, it was a good show. It was really fun to be a part of. A lot of great action in that room. Um, I will say this: the biggest shock of the whole entire thing. Jason Watt, he averaged about 85 for the actual for all of his matches, which was not something I was expecting out of him. So that was really cool. And the great news, man, is that you get to see a lot of these people, pretty much all of them that finished in that top four this next weekend. Seacoast.
Yeah, it'll be fun. WDF Gold event. So the winner of the 501 singles on both the men and women's side gets to book their place, or they booked their place into the Lakeside WDF World Championships. So that's an iconic venue for darts. So to be one of 48 men or 24 women that get to take part in that event will be something pretty special. And to have the opportunity to stream it to the world is pretty incredible. So looking forward to this weekend, and hope we get to see a lot of you people at that event. Should be fun.
Yeah. Yeah, man, it'll be great. I'm telling you right now, I have a couple of favorites for you for Seacoast this weekend. One of them is Sestefano, 19 years old. I'm telling you, after talking to him and getting to speak with him a little bit, I'm rooting hard for this kid. Kind of came out of nowhere at the age of 19 to get on there and win a CDC tournament, the event number 5, and he puts in so much work and time and effort into practicing that it's hard not to root for the kid. He's kind of soft spoken if you're just getting to know him, but I wish all the world to him. He threw some very 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 high averages on Saturday, and then I can't help but root for the other side of that, right? Larry Butler. It'd be really cool to see him back at Lakeside. Um, I think a lot of people would like to see that. So uh, those are my two ones coming out of Saturday for you. But
Good
I'm
on
excited.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
to
excited to
mention
see how
those.
how all that goes, man. It's gonna be great. Got a lot of people tuning in with us. We really appreciate all the support, guys. Make sure to like, share, hit that notification button, subscribe wherever you're tuning in from. All the support for PPD and what they bring us with the CSC Challenger Series and their DRTs and everything they got going. All the support is definitely uh, needed and what's deserved. There you go. That's the word I'm looking for. But
Well, as we're talking here, we got a
woo,
tasty little leg here going on between these two gentlemen. We kind of started off with just a couple marks on each side and crawled up to the mid threes, and now we're sitting at mid fours plus. Good little leg here as we kind of work into this match. Just our first leg of action between Brandon Neal and Tito Martinez.
yeah, this is while we were sitting there talking, they raised those averages high, didn't they? Little clash back and forth. Tito throwing great darts here. Double bull takes out leg one. 1-0 Tito Martinez. Brandon Neal will step up to go first, and we might start to see a little bit of not gamesmanship. I'm not going to call it that, but maybe a little slower play, a little bit more than he even was doing in that first leg. He might be a little bit more deliberate. We'll just call it that.
Yeah, we'll kind of find out in the interview. I think he mentions, he kind of focuses more when he slows down a little bit. Um, Tries not to use it more as gamesmanship, but more just to kind of focus on his own game per se. And yeah, it'll kind of be interesting for those that want to hear more about that. Staying and hang tight for after League 7. We'll do those interviews on our break. So get to know these guys a little bit better.
Absolutely, man. And this is a race to 9 all cricket, the CSC Challenger Series. If you're just joining us for the first time, definitely hit that notification button because you've missed some great matches early on. But every match now means a whole lot of money. So it is going to be good to look at. We're looking forward to it.
Yeah, Tito Martinez with the 4.82 average in that first leg to come out victorious in that one. So good start here. And something I did want to mention, as we were talking, about steel tip side of things, the state of steel tip, soft tip darts in North America is just really on the rise. It's been incredible. This, we went through that pandemic, and you feel like things are just in a rut and not going to get anywhere. But then you have all this online stuff that comes into view, and then all of a sudden it's just sparked and taken off, and we've seen just a really plethora of good players come out in this last year or
Yeah, no,
two.
absolutely. And I honestly, that is a huge testament to the championship dart circuit, first and foremost, for what they've done in the past 6 years. Just kind of bringing bringing a professional tour over here, bringing opportunities to go over across the pond, as they say. The Lakeside now with the WDF, which is so awesome. Talk about huge news, and I'm excited that you get that opportunity. You are the goat in streaming, so it is only fair that your calm, beautiful voice is going to be calling those matches, man. And I'm excited for you. I can tell you that much. And um, man, talk about on the rise. We have JDC academies popping up in the United States now, North America now, which is an affiliation of the Professional Darts Corporation. but it's going to be really fun to watch darts in North America. Uh, it's just boomed, and it's just going to continue to boom with this young talent that's coming up. Man, I cannot wait.
Look at this. We're seeing a real interesting one here. Is this going to be a point heavy 20 and 19 rounds here? Look at this. Pretty
Yeah,
interesting.
5-5, 4-8, all pointing. This might be one where if they continue on this path here, oh, what a great 9 mark there for Tito Martinez. Boom goes the dynamite. I know you've all missed it. Nick almost mouthed it for me. Did you see
Nick,
that?
Nick was doing some gibberish in that background there. I don't know what he was doing.
He was doing some gibberish on Monday night too. Don't let it go.
Quality stuff. Quality stuff here on the CSC Challenger Series, brought to you by the PPD.
Absolutely. And guys, if you want to get involved in the CSC Challenger Series, let me run through how to do that real quick. Here's the way to become eligible. You have to be within the top 500 players point-wise on the All-Star rank list. Lockdown date is January 11th, 2022. However, January 9th is the last day to play matches to get into the point totals for that January 11th lockdown date. Now, keep in mind the way to get points for every league match played, DRT played. Also, we award 50 points every time a player participates in our All-Star Triples tournaments. On that January 11th lockdown date, we will take the top 500 players on the rank list, sort that list of players by player rating, or PR. The top 32 players will be invited to Division 1, and the next highest rated 32 players will be invited to Division 2. That's right, we're switching Division 2 to 32 players in hopes for more streaming opportunities and also give 16 more spots for players to fill, therefore rewarding more players for their PPD remote play. And obviously, I know the next question that everyone's going to talk about is, do you want to know how to become eligible to play in PPD Nationals in January, TOC in October, and the CSC Challenger Series? Players become eligible for those by playing in PPD leagues and daily remote tournaments, or DRTs. Leagues are started daily. Get involved by going to dartstoc.com and checking out the map. The map will show any locations with G3 boards within the PPD system. We are always accepting new members, so if you are not seeing anything in your area, have your vendor contact us on the website. From there, players can sign up for leagues. It doesn't take a ridiculous amount of games to be eligible. Consistently playing one league a week will keep a player eligible for PPD Nationals and other events in the future. Again, darts, DARTSTOC.com. Get signed up today. Woo!
There we go. Woo. I get some water after that one. I definitely couldn't do it. I don't know how you do.
Uh,
Good stuff there.
Well, when you're a language arts teacher and you're reading in front of people all day long, it's kind of part of the job.
Part of the task at hand. Really impressed with how well Tito's coming out in this second leg here. 5.56 NPR right now, shooting 703 points compared to Brandon's 585. So keeping that distance on the lead, definitely a point guy.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's going to be something to kind of keep in mind as we go through this, because Brandon might switch up a little bit of his strategy here. Maybe try to close some things a little bit quicker instead of getting to this point battle. But um, super impressed by how Tito's throwing. He is, except for that round, because of course I started talking about it, but um, he's throwing way above his average so far. And if he continues to do so, he was averaging that high 4, low 5 range. Brandon's going to have a tough night on his hand. It's not undoable for him, but he might be a little bit surprised by how well Tito's throwing, to be quite honest with you. As you see here, him trying to close those 19s on that second dart might be exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah, just with a slight lead there, kind of go over and, yeah, maybe just taking his chances while he can. I mean, Tito hasn't been missing much here on those 19s, and look at him do it there. 7 mark there for Tito Martinez.
Yeah, nice 133 add to his lead, and Brandon's having to throw on 16s, which is a 9-point disadvantage. Well, it's more than that. It's 15, 18, 27-point disadvantage every time there's a 3 mark thrown. So that's something to definitely keep in mind. That was wrong. I don't know what I was. I was just making up numbers.
Let's say 27.
Way wrong.
Okay. Alrighty. Yo,
Just go with
Tito.
it. I like how you just were like, yeah, sure. I'm not gonna correct him.
Yep.
Whatever.
Yep. Sure. Sure.
Uh-oh, Tito went the old patented, tried to go with the doubles route and missed them both instead of just getting two singles. And that's kind of that's what I always say about going for those doubles in cricket. Because now Brandon can still fire in on the 16s and put some damage in. Let's see if he makes him pay for that shot on the doubles. Nope, and he knew as soon as he threw that last dart that it was not in. And that's one of the worst feelings in the world as a dart player is to feel that last dart leave your hand and you're shouting "No!" as it's releasing. That doesn't happen to you very often, though, does it?
Say that one more time. I'm sitting here looking at Stephanie Neal's comment here, and I'm honestly I'm kind of ashamed right now that she mentioned that.
What, the brown
She
shoes?
said, "Yeah, brown shoes. Wearing black with brown shoes. Get out of here. That's not a Brandon Neal thing, is it?"
Usually not. I got to be honest, though, if I'm looking at him, it doesn't look bad. Ugh.
Oh,
It's tough
good
to be
stuff.
critical of the best dressed player in darts, you know? He's just starting trends. He's not trying to keep trends going.
Why would he do that here? No, sorry, I ignored your question. I just was reading over that. I was like, oh, okay, here we go.
It's it's okay. It was a silly question. Like they all are, but it was really silly. All right, here. Brandon Neal's going to have to hit a lot of bowls, and he doesn't have enough darts in his hand to do all of that. So looks like Tito might take a 2-0 lead here in just a second. Oh, okay. Navy pants. It's not black pants.
All righty, here we go. You just can't tell that color shade here, so we'll let him go on that. We'll let him slide on that one. He's pulling the old James Wade. That's a snazzy look. That's a
There you go.
snazzy look.
As soon as you say navy, that's a horse of a different color, you know? Um, and it looks like there's navy sleeves there. I gotcha. All
I
right.
gotcha. And there's a 4.80 for Tito Martinez. So follows up that first leg of 4.82 with the 4.80. So Tito's on fire to start off this one. Should be a good one.
Nick DeShera commenting in here. Brandon Neal said, and I quote, "The shoes were the biggest risk I took tonight." Oh, I love this. We get to comment on darts and also fashion attire in darts. You can't go wrong with that, right?
Can't go wrong with it. Can't go wrong with it. Learn your next day attire here with the PPD.
Could be worse. You could just wear the same shirt every time you're on stream.
I mean, who could that be?
Well, to be fair, I'm only on for like a minute total. Yeah.
Oh, all righty here. So Brandon going at the 20s here, looking to extend the lead. Does he go down? No, he's going to stay right there. Yeah, he's going to stay right there with that last start. I knew once he missed the second one, he's probably going to go ahead and just stay there as Tito's been on fire on these 19s.
Yeah, that's a tough miss for Brandon. I think he knows it too to leave Tito a chance to point away. If I'm Brandon here after that 5 mark from Tito, I might just close 19s first. And I know that's not a typical move, but based on how this match has gone so far, that might be the move that I take. What do you think here, bud?
Um,
No.
yeah, I mean, I could have seen where you're going with that, with the 5 point lead. But I mean, he just saw how Tito kind of extended it, and it just takes that one missed start for Tito to all of a sudden have a 95 point or a 90 point lead on him. So, yeah, I like the move of just staying up there, trying to get a triple, and which he did. He got 80
Uh-oh.
points there, but now he's going to attack it. He should attack it here.
And Tito throws in a 0 mark on the sevens. He hit 3 sevens there. So I guess Brandon knows best and Will knows best, although he's still not. There you go. Yeah, I like that move, actually. The 1 dart at points, try and get more points there, and then you have 2 darts to close uh, 2 marks there. I like that move. So the dreaded 19s are gone. Let's see what Tito does. He says,
Nope.
Let's just throw a little
Opens him
5
up
mark.
with that last one. Yeah, opens it up with that last one. So good stuff there for Tito.
All right, so Brandon gets 120 there, and he did not look over at any point in time at those 18s. Just happy to let Tito take a shot there. But I think if Brandon would have hit a triple there on that first start, he might have moved over to those 18s. As now Tito takes that point lead back. Both guys a little bit lower in the averages so far in this leg, so we'll see kind of how that works in favor. Couple of people tuning in with us here. Shout out Paul Schwindeman. I think he just tuned in for the dress code. See what's going on there. White belt as always, so that's good. Misty Bergier is tuned in with us. South Dakota, I believe, if I'm not
You,
mistaken.
I
There,
better,
as we
I better comment on that one. It's Bruyere, so I got that one
Gruyere.
right. I know
I
that
am
one.
I am so sorry there. And actually, I did it on purpose just so you could be the star there. That was all
Thank
for
you.
you. We did miss a Brandon Neal 9 mark on the 20s though, so boom goes to dynamite. If I haven't done that, I don't want to miss one, you know.
You can't not miss one there.
We know. Oh, and there's another one, back to back 9 marks. Brandon Neal is on fire so far. Those dirty, dirty darts. Try and get back in this bad boy. See what Tito does. Not a whole lot on the 16, so Brandon back-to-back 9 marks for a little 1-2 combination, putting Tito on the ropes here of this leg. I wonder how loud he actually yelled that, because it looked like he yelled a couple of superlatives in the general direction of no one in particular. But
Yeah, I wonder how how loud he could be too. It may just be a subtle jab or something, just a subtle talk to yourself, but looks a little loud. Oh, he's loud. This is what we just got in the comment section.
I hate to keep doing this every single time we watch Brandon Neal play, but I almost commented that if it's anything like John Mink, his twin, John, he's in a room as soon as he walks into a room because that's how loud he is. So seems like Brandon is just absolutely the spitting image of John Mink if he's that loud. So you almost feel bad for the league players
Well, I think
for a second.
the one that's just going to be a little bit louder than him is probably the guy we had on our last stream, which was the laughing assassin Jordan Meyer, because that dude, let me tell you what, when he gets going on the laugh train, oh my goodness, you can hear him from outside the event hall.
Well, at least those are happy sounds, you know?
How about that? A big 4.76 there for Brandon Neal as he pulls off that third leg, makes it 2-1 in Tito's favor.
Absolutely. Guys in the chat are throwing in some great events that are happening coming up. So check out those if you're looking forward to anything coming up in January, February. I know To The Point Streaming will be at Indiana State, the IMOA State Dart Tournament this weekend. So we leave for Fort Wayne, the Grand Wayne Convention Center, tomorrow, which will be a good time. And again, shout out to my wife who is just like, yeah, I had a baby, but you had plans to go do that. Just go do that.
I was going to say, I'm surprised you're not locked up in the kennel at this point, buddy.
Well, I tried to be. I did everything I could, and she was like, "Look, if you don't go, just know that is your fault and not mine." And I just want to make that perfectly clear. So, again, she is an absolute saint.
That's great.
But it's going to be a lot of fun, man. I'm excited for Seacoast. I'll have that kind of in the background the whole weekend too. It's just a weekend full of darts on some great dart streams, so you won't want to miss it. And this is kind of an opening little look at a weekend full of darts. You
Well,
gotta
don't
love
forget
this.
too, this weekend, maybe those events, but next weekend we got our All Stars triples coming up, I believe. This is the third weekend of the month, which we know what that means. All-star triples here for the PPD. So something to look forward to maybe for all you PPD goers out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tito Fort. This is really interesting because I don't think Brandon likes sitting on these 20s and 19s for very long, but he's definitely gonna, he's got to go with it here when Tito's just forcing his hand on it.
Yeah, I mean, and this is gonna be interesting because Tito is almost playing to Brandon's weaknesses, which as an opponent is awesome to do, but it's also going to be very frustrating for an opponent like Brandon Neal um, to just kind of stay in his game and do what he does. And this is the interesting thing because weekly we've seen Brandon Neal kind of be the one to throw a little gamesmanship out here, and this strategy might be a little gamesmanship on Tito's part. Just point, 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 and throw in a couple triples there at closes, and when he hits them, that's beautiful what he can do.
Yes. Yeah, so far I'm pretty impressed with how Tito's starting off this match here. Good stuff.
Look at that. We got all-star trips requirements there. Make sure that you check all that out. Um, and Jordan tuning in to say there are also DRTs by PPD 6 days a week. So go to dartstoc.com and get signed up for those. All those points add up, guys. And you could be seeing yourself on screen here at the next CSC Challenger Series.
Yeah, there's plenty of action here with the Partners Promoting Darts program. I mean, just get involved. That's all you got to do, and it just takes 1 to 2 leagues or 1 to 2 events. Pay kind of extra a month maybe to kind of get involved and find yourself in that top 500, and you never know what can happen from there.
Oh, absolutely. And Dan Taylor commented in the chat, Brandon has such a smooth, relaxed throw, and I absolutely agree with you there. And I've said it from the get go. I absolutely love his drawback and then his fire forward. And from what I can see of Tito's throw, he just sees right at that eye line and just goes straight at that board. Two very, very, very good throws and darts being shown to you guys tonight. And it's showing on the averages and on what these guys are able to do. Is another 6 mark there from Brandon Neal, and he's almost dug himself back in this match.
Dan Taylor, the Dagger, tuning in from the Michigan area. So glad to see you tuning in here, Dan. Appreciate that.
Absolutely. You guys have all been super supportive. We can't tell you how much we appreciate it every single week. Um, get involved with PPD as we saw a nice little drop there of the dart on a little dart flip action, which, man, I hate to do this, but that's a John Meek move, hands down. It's almost like he's watching John Meek on stream weekly and copying him.
I was about to say that's a Will Stewart move because I drop my darts like uncontrollably. They call me Butters in the background half the time because I don't know, they go everywhere for me.
Well, it's because you're so focused on that dartboard, you don't care about the actual dart.
Oh man, it does suck when you got to stop everything and pick up a dart, though. That's for sure.
I am sure of that.
Bye, Mark here, and look at this, almost a 200-point lead here for Tito. Look at this, what he's doing here. This strategy of just, this is the kind of strategy that I like to play here. You just it's dirty darts, but it just works. I mean, and he's proven it here. He's got that point lead where even if you try to score a 9 mark, it's gonna be not much of an advantage in your favor. So some people consider it kind of dirty, but I don't know. It just points wins games, and we're gonna see how Brandon can counteract here. He's got to it's forcing Brandon's hand. He's got to learn to point a little bit more and be a more aggressive with them points, as
Well,
Tito's doing.
and it also forces Brandon to throw well in a leg early because having those big numbers compared to those smaller numbers is just a huge disadvantage for Brandon at this point in time because it's impossible for him to catch up unless he's hoping Tito misses a couple rounds just to get back into it. And we say this all the time, you cannot lose a leg of cricket with more points than your opponent. It is absolutely impossible. So Tito doing everything he can just to keep that strategy going. But this is one of those opportunities for Brandon right here, right now, where Tito only gets a 3 mark. If Brandon throws in a 9 mark here, he can switch this whole leg right now. And these are the moments that he's going to have to do if Tito's going to keep the strategy up all night.
Yeah, Paul should have been saying, "Good Lord, this guy likes to point." And yeah, I mean that's he's wanting a shot at this prize money. He's got to do it by getting back into the final match per se and keep winning here. He's got a couple matches he needs to win, actually 3 to be exact, to
And
get
I
back there.
and Brandon just did that same thing again. He knows that he is less than 3 marks down in points, so he shot at the 20s and tried to take a look at him, and I like that move. I think that in this type of situation with this strategy being shown by Tito, which again I love because it's working right now, uh, it forces Brandon to take those shots, and if he starts hitting them, this match can turn. But he knows that he has to take those shots, and right now he's just not hitting them as often as Tito's hitting his.
Yeah, it's really tough to know when to take those opportunities. You've got to hit that triple to start off, and then maybe take the opportunity because Tito's not missing much on those 20s right now. And something to mention here as well is we do have that 200-point kicker on here. So if Tito is ahead or Brandon is ahead by 200 points, they can't exceed that. But that's why they have that buffer on there. It's not just a exceeding points battle where it's just uncontrollable, which it almost seems to be kind of in Tito's favor at this point. But it's definitely Brandon's not out of this. The
And
tide can
there
turn.
and there's also a 20 round limit. So um, that one kind of favors more of Tito if he again he's going to force Brandon to get back in this. But as you can see right here, Tito has thrown, I think, every dart he's thrown at the close of his opponent's number, he's hit. And if he does that on this strategy, he's not going to be able to be beaten. And we'll see how this plays out. But Brandon knows that he's in for a dogfight tonight, and I'm excited to be right here along to watch all of this happen. Make sure to like, share this page right now because we're going to have a heavyweight battle going back and forth here. As Brandon's sitting right there at the dartboard, he knows this thing is going to a 3-1 lead for Tito Martinez.
We know Tito's playing sturdy right now, sturdy as a rock, just going right at it, and really playing well. So, I mean, most of that match throwing in the mid fives, falling down to a 4.43 there. But really, I mean, really good stuff here from Tito Martinez as he finds himself 3-1 up.
Yeah, absolutely. This is this is going to be this is what I mean by like where the strategy is effective is Brandon needs to throw really well right now. And a 3 mark is not going to be good enough for the strategy that Tito's been using if Tito starts off strong.
Yeah, because I mean, Tito's been so deadly on those 20s and the 19s. I mean, really, if he starts off, you know, with did he get a double there? Yeah, he did. It looked
Sure
like,
did,
yeah,
and
double 20.
he shot at the close too.
Um, wow. I mean, that's the thing. Just Tito's been so deadly on the 19s and 20s. It's just been really hard for Brandon. So Brandon's got to really hit at least a 5 mark here on these 19s, I think.
Yeah, especially with how deadly Tito's been on the 19s too. You don't want to leave 19s open, and you want to. Uh-oh.
Yeah,
And
as we say it, it will happen.
and that's going to be really tough for Brandon. And this is one of those things where Tito is almost putting pressure on Brandon with this strategy without even throwing a dart. Like that's insane to say, but right now, early on in this match, it's entirely true.
I,
And
I, I think you're 100% right. I think Brandon's starting to feel that pressure already on the shoulders, just knowing that this guy's clicking and I'm not clicking as much as he is. And it's not that he's playing bad. Brandon had the slightly better average in that last match, but it's just Tito's been making it and taking it out of Brandon's hands.
yeah, and as he misses that 19 there, that he's going to kick himself forever on, well, at least forever for the rest of this leg. But I want you to think about this. He threw a 4.68 in that leg and never got close to having control of that leg. That's
Yep,
insane to say.
it is. It is very, very insane to say. And I think maybe Tito came into this match knowing like I need one of these matches that's just going to be out of hand. And so far he's doing it. So far he's doing it. We're going to see how this plays out. Lots of darts to be played here. It's too early for a prediction on a winner, I think, but Tito's looking awfully good so far.
Well, if anyone's going to give that prediction this early on, even though it's like leg 5, I think it would probably be you. So, what do you think, man? How do you think this thing ends up?
I honestly, at the beginning of this match, I was really leaning towards Brandon, but I mean, just the way Tito's coming out here and dominating, um, I think he's gotten Brandon's head so far to start off this match, and I got him just kind of going through this, and maybe Brandon picking up 4 or 5 legs here, but we'll see. I hope Brandon turns the tide here, and I hope we make this a 8-8 match here. We'll see.
I,
You always
I'm
want that. You always want that.
Oh, for sure. And I'm gonna actually go out on a limb here, and I'm gonna say that I think Brandon's gonna start hitting his opportunities. He, if there's one person that can control that pressure, it is someone who steps up to that line, uh, takes a deep breath, gets his focus on the dart, isn't just worried every single throw on what he's gonna do. As you see a nice little step over there from him. And as I'm calling it out, he throws a nice dagger of a 162 in there, 9 mark for Brandon Neal. B goes the D, man. B goes the D.
Yeah, great stuff there. I mean, just to kind of do exactly what you said, just kind of focus. And, something to be mentioned is we still have that break.
Yep.
Things can change during that break, quickly. So we'll see.
Yeah, I think if Brandon makes it 4-3 going into the break, I think Brandon's going to have a good opportunity to kind of maybe take control after that break. But that being said, this is anyone's game still at this point in time, as we might see a little shift here in this leg right here with 2 trip 17s. Let's see if he stays there. Of course, he's going to stay there. What am I even talking about? 9 mark on the 17s from Tito Martinez, turning this leg right around. And if Tito keeps throwing in those daggers at these opportune moments, it might be a long night for Brandon. But I think Brandon's going to take this out. I'm going to call it 9-7 Brandon Neal. And I know that's crazy to say right this moment.
Well, we'll see how it goes here. Look at that, taking out those 17s. So let's see what Tito does. He goes for the 16s, goes up to the 18s. Yes, big close.
Look back at the 16s too to try and throw a kill shot in there at Brandon Neal. So Brandon has 15s. Let's see what he does with them. A 6 mark on the 15s will give him an opportunity to look over at those 16s maybe. He's going to stay right there the whole way. Does get it on the last dart and gets a little bit of the point lead, but this is almost where Tito wants this leg to be as far as strategy goes. He's averaging a 5. He's not just like throwing a great strategy, right? You also have to throw the darts, and he is throwing the darts currently. And that is the scary part.
Yeah, I mean, he's got himself a, 65? 55 point lead. No, sorry, 56 points. 57. My goodness, get your math right. Wow, holy, but geez. You thought yours was bad in that first couple legs. That was just atrocious right there.
I still don't know what my math was trying to do with mine. So at least you got yours right eventually. I was just like, that's
Eventually,
wrong, and shrugged my shoulders and moved on.
that was like that kindergarten teacher that just keeps letting you try after 14 tries.
You're almost there. You're going to get it.
Look at this big darts by Tito as it's an 8 mark for him, hitting that big double bull with that last dart. Wow. And this is the stuff I'm talking about. It's just you think it's going Brandon's way, and then all of a sudden it's just like those big daggers, those big daggers.
No, absolutely. And Brandon's going to have to do something a little bit differently As you can see him just kind of practicing those 20s because he knows that it is very quickly about to be 4-1 Tito Martinez.
Amazing stuff. As we've already got 100 messages in the chats today. So between Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook, good stuff there. We appreciate you guys tuning in and commenting. We always want to hear what you're thinking and hear who you're cheering on. So let us know if you have not, which way you're leaning, and who you're tuning in for.
How about Monster Darts turning in, or Monsters turning in with us? Tito is a sponsored player of theirs, and they are in this chat and on this stream supporting their guy. And you got to love sponsors who do that type of thing.
Yeah, Mark Bond, a good guy down there in the, I think he's Houston, Texas area, I believe. So good guy there. Is Brandon Neal's going to start us off with the player advantage here, down 3-1. Or sorry, 4-1. My
Yep.
apologies.
Although if he does win this leg, that player advantage does go away pretty quickly. But it is always there for the taking. I got to be honest with you. I normally will never say this, but I love the fact that Brandon threw his first start at like 9 or 8 seconds remaining on his turn. Because that tells you that he is trying to slow it down a little bit more and just be a little bit more deliberate than even he was before. I don't like the fact that he's already stepped up to the line here. I do like that he is taking his time at the line, though. And that first start shows that.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of his best starts come when he takes his time, and he's gonna try to wrangle that in here. Maybe during the break, I'll be anxious to see how he comes back, and maybe his strategy changes a little bit or his mindset changes here. We'll see. We're still a couple legs away from that though, but
I'm
kind of
interested.
something to
I'm
think
interested
about.
to see if Brandon is about to like just turn the strategy on Tito, which could always be an option here, especially with the 20s and Tito has the 19s. He just got to hit the darts, but if he just sits there and points, um, that might put that pressure right back on Tito.
Oh man, we got Pat Murphy tuning in from White Horse Darts, supporting Mr. Brandon Neal. So
Absolutely.
that's always good to have when you sponsors are supporting you and what you do. So good stuff. Good stuff.
Two fantastic sponsors supporting their players, and you can't ask for any more than that. And I got to be honest with you, Pat, that jersey is beautiful that Brandon is wearing currently. When you're the best dressed person in darts and that's your jersey sponsor, that says something.
Oh, here we go. Brandon looking for no, can't find it with his last dart. Just gonna find the 4 mark there on the 20s.
Look at Tito right now, man, a 6 mark. He's throwing a 6 mark average so far. I, he is just on a whole new level right now.
That's
I
what I'm
love it.
saying. With this, I mean, with this 20s and 19s, it'll be interesting to see exactly how many scoring rounds he had on those. I mean, it's just crazy the amount of time we spent on the 20s and 19s throughout the duration of this match, even though I mean, we're just kind of not even halfway through yet. Um, yeah, I mean, this is by far probably the first match we've seen that it's just been a 2019 battle there for at least a significant couple rounds before we moved on.
Yeah, man, absolutely. And again, this is just this this is a testament to why Tito has a 60 some percent win percentage, right? He puts all this pressure on the leg with all the pointing that he does, and you call it what it is, but he's winning, and you can't go wrong there. And he's also doing it with a big average too.
Yeah,
Uh,
I was about to say, I mean, right now he's sitting at a 4.05, but in this match, 4.82, 4.80, 4.43, 5.06 so far. So impressive numbers.
oh yeah, absolutely, and we're gonna start to see this more often, right? When it gets down to these final few matches, final 6 matches, whatever it is, the numbers are just going to rise because those are the guys that have raised their averages already, and they know that when this amount of money is on the line now, that they might as well raise it up a little bit more. And the shocking thing is that Brandon's throwing above his average, I believe, for this tournament right now, and you wouldn't know, you would not know with this score line.
Yeah, that's just the thing. That just is a testament to how Tito's been throwing, and then Brandon as well. It's just he's lifted his average to try to match Tito's, if not better it. And so far, we've just got the score line. I would like to say that it's been closer than it really is, but really it's not. I mean, Tito's just been kind of taking it and extending that point lead and forcing Brandon's hand to kind of rise, and he's been doing it, but it's just not enough to take the lead and continue it.
No, absolutely. And what I liked seeing from Brandon Neal in that last round they just threw, he only threw a 3 mark, but he stepped back from the line. He stayed away from that line until, as you can see right there, he knows that he needs to start slowing down a little bit more. And what Tito is doing to him right now is he's putting so much pressure on Brandon's darts that it's causing him to speed up, even though he doesn't want to. Because every time he throws, he's like, I gotta throw better darts. I want to throw better darts. It's almost like he's trying to practice quickly and get out of a little funk here.
Something to be said too, as we kind of watch Brandon here taking his time. Look at
Big
Tito
darts.
Martinez.
There he is. That is the person we have seen throughout this entire thing. Deliberate, hits an 8 mark, big darts there. Sorry, buddy, I didn't mean to jump in on there. That was
No,
exciting.
no, you were good. You were good. As you kind of see Tito Martinez reappear. I think Tito's been trying to get away from the board and take time away from it to kind of occupy himself, just as similar to Jacob Mott.
Hmm.
Because really, I mean, when a player's taking that time, you've got to preoccupy yourself. You can't get sucked in if you're not a slow player. You can't do that. You got to preoccupy yourself and keep your same momentum or throw and
Yep.
rhythm.
Yep. And another 7 mark there for Brandon Neal. And we're seeing a 4-7 right now for Brandon, a 4-4-4 for Tito, who is just not quite hitting the 17s as well as he was hitting those other bigger numbers. So Brandon now with a little bit more control. Let's see if he tries to actually point more. I'm actually interested. He is. Look at this.
He
Yep.
knows it.
He
He
got his
knows it.
200-point lead. I'm telling you, he's trying to turn Tito's strategy right back on him. And so
He's
far it is working.
And I think he's going to have to do that the rest of the match, because if he doesn't, he is going to just do the same thing. He now knows Tito's strategy. He needs to take advantage of what he knows now and turn the table on Tito.
And I'm interested to hear. So look, we can talk all day about these strategies because it's awesome, and we're gonna go like off the rail. I'm gonna go off the rails here and say this: Tito knows also what beats him and his strategy that he uses, so he might try to just automatically switch that up. As you saw right there, he closed the 18s instead of looking to point more. And again, interesting kind of back and forth we have going here.
Yep, but Brandon's now got the 120-point lead at least, so 122 to be exact. So he's going to go ahead and try to close this out. No, he's going to go 16s. I think he's going to try to extend it some more.
I think he's moving over to try and hit that 15. He
Oh
did try
yeah,
to
he
hit that
did. He
15.
did.
This is fun, man. I love this.
Yeah, it's definitely a different match than we've been seeing. I mean, we've kind of seen, normally some players switching up strategies and kind of playing differently throughout different legs, but really we've seen the same strategy from Tito, and then now Brandon taking over here and trying to do the same thing. So interesting little match we got here.
I like this too. He's going bowls first. Oh, I liked it more if he would have stabbed that 15, but Tito went blank again in that uh, last round. So Brandon kind of had free range to do that, and Brandon now just 3 marks away from closing out this leg, making it 4-2. And again, I'm telling you this, if he gets the next one, which Tito will go first, but if he gets that next one and makes it 4-3, this is anyone's game after the break.
Certainly, certainly. Something I want to know is anybody tuning in from Sundowners or been to Sundowners? I got to know how many boards are at Sundowners.
Someone tuned in earlier, and I forget his name right now off Twitch. Mucus, that's his name. But he said it's a small bar there at Sundowners. So, and he said that in response to the fact that Brandon's voice carries a little bit.
Brandon coming out the victor with a 4.37 there. Tito giving him a little love. Telling him, hey, good shots, man.
Yep. Hey, real respect and real right there. And it is 4-2. After this leg, the seventh leg, we will be taking a very short break.
8 and 9 boards. We got two different
Oh my!
answers here. Yeah, I'm going to say, I don't know about that. It looks like a pretty decent sized bar. As you look behind Brandon, there looks to be a back wall with boards on it as well. So I'm wondering if we got 4 and 4 action. But yeah, pretty big night of darts there.
I would like to know if that's a small bar, fitting all 9 boards in there. This must be a straight up dart bar, which you gotta love to see, right?
Love it. Love it. Good to see. As you can see numerous teams in action there. Good stuff. There we go.
Uh,
Tito starting off with big trip 20. Trip 20. Can he go 180? No, just a 6 mark. Just falling outside.
oh man. So now let's see what Brandon does. This is where it gets interesting. If he hits 2 trip 19s, I wonder if he doesn't shoot up to the 20s. Part of the strategy of this point strategy is to have the higher number than your opponent, and so I'm very curious to see what he does here. Didn't even think about it.
Tries to slide it in there with that third. Not going to happen. 5 boards on Brandon's side, 4 on the other wall, 2 pool tables. Jeez Louise. Great stuff.
They're shoving a whole bunch of stuff into there, man.
And a
I love
streaming
it.
setup.
Oh, I'm telling you.
That'd be worth a journey, a little PPD journey on the streaming bars. Check out all of them.
Sean, Will, and Nick's road trip. Hit up some of these bars that we get to look at from afar weekly.
You're looking at the entire bar in that screen, so maybe it is just maybe just a dark bar, pretty much. You know, just got those in there with a couple pool tables. I love it. Good stuff, man.
Oh, it's
Just
great.
a
And
down home good feel there. It seems.
I am surprised with Tito's last start there. He actually went at the close of the 19s, which opens up the door a little bit for Brandon if he can throw in a big number here, and he knows it. Takes a deep breath, step back. Now he gets his foot there. Let's see what he does in those nice brown shoes. Oh boy.
Here we go. No, outside
Oh,
with that last one. Unfortunate last dart, but still finds the 27-point advantage.
I am shocked he did not look up at the 20s on the last start. As Tito takes full control of the leg early on here, but does not hit that last dart. So we've seen Brandon. We know Brandon loves 18s. Let's see how many of them he hits. I almost love how the silence there because it really did let you take a look into how long he takes to throw his first dart.
Yeah.
It almost was worth it to do. We also have a lot of chat action going on too. I love it.
Yeah, that's what we come here for. Is it's we love to do this commentary and keep our eyes on this match, but also we like to have that sidebar conversation with you folks at home too. So don't be shy to comment ever on the page here. Every once in a while we'll chat with you if we find something significant or good to say, because we are out of state, and some of us haven't got around to all these events where these guys are more popular or current. So, like Tito, we were downright honest. We don't know much about Tito just because of where we're at and how long we've been around, or how you know much we've seen per se. Tito may be just a little bit newer face to us, so yeah, something to kind of be said there. Don't be shy and comment.
Absolutely. And I mean, you've listened to us for the last 4 weeks. We say a lot of stupid stuff sometimes that we're just waiting for you guys to call out for us. So the more you do that, the better. As we get a B to the D from Brandon Neal. I'm going to say it like that from now on just because it's more awkward. Like,
That's good.
what?
Boom goes the
Did you?
dynamite.
Uh-oh. Did you see Tito just threw at the trip 20 on the first start? He didn't know they were closed.
Oh no.
We had a little
That could
wasted
cost
dart.
that could cost him there is that one dart could have been an advantage there. It could have got him a point lead or could have opened up something else. So that could be costly there.
And it looks like he is making them pay heavily there on the 18s. Big darts there for Brandon Neal. And here we go. This is where Brandon's going to switch up that strategy right back on Tito. He's going to make him point as much as possible on a lower number. And the more often we see, whichever player has that higher number has been the one who has just gotten that leg. So we'll see how this turns out.
Advantage Brandon Neal trying to make this a 4-3 match and take two on the trot to do
Oh,
so. So
what a dart on the second dart there. And he does the little old-fashioned shoot at the bull on the third one, give himself a shot at going out in the next round.
Big Trip 16, great opener there for Tito. Not gonna find a lead here, but opening up a number for himself. Let's see if Brandon just closes this out
I was about to say,
rather quickly.
do you think Brandon shoots at the 16 real quick and see if he
Right away.
tries to take out this entire leg?
Right away. Wow, I'm surprised he didn't go for it right away. I mean, honestly, you had a 53-point lead, or well, I guess it was slightly around the 50 point lead. I'm surprised you just didn't take one dart at it.
Well,
You
yeah,
know,
especially because in the previous round you shot at the bullseye on the last dart to set up that shot, right? So
yeah,
if you're gonna set up the shot, why not take it?
yeah. I mean, I don't mind going with the first dart at the 18 and then maybe trying to pop two at it, but to each their own. To each their own.
That all being said, Brandon's still in complete control of this leg. Uh-oh. That's not a good second
Not the
dart.
best. Yeah, not the best. Go there on that second dart.
Let's see if Tito takes advantage
Possibly
of it. He
huge.
did. Yep, Tito's right back in this leg now. But again, Brandon still has winning darts right now in his hand. And if he uses them, all this is for naught. So let's see what happens.
Brandon takes a step back. Kind of deciding if he wants to open up these 15s with the first darts or go right at the 16s, try to close. I mean, he does have the subtle lead, but not by much. Yep, 15s it is. I was thinking he might go at these 15s here.
Now close the 16 on the last start and very handily done.
Definitely the proper way to go at that. When you're in that kind of spot where it's like, hey, do I just take the closure? It can be really easy to hit a fat
Oh, look at this.
16.
Look at this. Winning darts. He did not shoot at it. He didn't shoot at it. Oh, no. Oh, my goodness. He did not shoot at the close for the match or for the leg.
I'm really surprised he didn't do that because now Brandon's just one triple away and he certainly can do it here. And then two
Oh,
bowls.
wow.
What? Yeah. Ooh,
This is if Brandon closes this out right here, this is just one of those. Yep, there it is, guys.
he's gonna steal this away and he's
Yep.
gonna feel like he's up 4-3 here instead.
Oh, absolutely. And this is one of those things where when you have winning darts in your hands, guys, don't play around with it. Go for that winning dart. As Brandon does take it out, and it is now 4-3. And look at how hyped he is. I mean,
I,
this might be the changing of the entire match right there.
Well, I told you. I mean, I think he's going to feel like he came out or is on top now, or if not tied in this match, because that is just how crucial those two legs meant to him. So now an interesting match here as we roll into our interviews. Hang tight here, folks, as Will Stewart from USA Darts, joined as always by Sean Green of To The Point Streaming. We'll be right back with more action from the CSC Challenger Series Division 2, brought to you by Partners Promoting Darts.
My name is Brandon Neal. I'm playing out of Sundowner Bar in Bellevue, Nebraska, and I play for Nebraska Technical Services.
Well, Brandon, we're excited to have you back. Third time's the charm on the stream. We had your.
Well, I hope not, because I'm 2-0 so far. So let's just keep the train rolling.
Keep it going, right? I mean, you
Yeah.
had your first round win, first stream of the Division 2, win against Scott Hanisch. And then we had you on stream again on the other side of the bracket, knocking down Jacob Mott, one of the favorites. And now we're going to have you on stream again, playing Tito Martinez. Are you excited to be back on?
I am. Yeah, like I said, I've played well on stream. And I like it. I like the pressure and everything that goes with it. So yeah, I'm pumped, ready to roll.
Oh, for sure. I mean, if we're talking about how pumped you are, let's just look at these stats here for a second. You're now leading the tournament after Brandon Westover's loss on stream last Wednesday. So now you are leading the tournament at a 4.27. The only other player that had higher averages out of the tournament, John Bonnell. And you're also leading in 9 marks, 18 9 marks so far. You're leading in 7 marks at 87 7 marks. And then you're leading in 6 marks at 44 6 marks as well. And leading in 5 marks at 118.
You're like my personal hype man here. Calm down, though. That's awesome.
I'm just saying, you're a stream favorite. And one of the things that the commentators and I were wondering about as we've watched you play more and more and got more familiar with your game, what goes behind the logic of like your rhythm? Do you prefer to play at like a slower pace? Because I know that you tend to take your time before you throw.
It depends. I'm a rhythm thrower, but I have a really hard time maintaining focus. So those times where you see that I take a step back, or if I throw a bad dart, if I get a bad like self-talk or anything going on, I've learned that I just take a step back. I'm not one of those players that's rapid fire, because the ADHD starts coming in. I'm moderate case of that, so I hear all these things for myself. So I just take a step back and wait until I can kind of clear the mechanism, so to speak, get my brain clear and hyper focused on the target before I go. And if that takes 2 seconds, fine. If it takes 29 seconds, it is what it is. I've had people ask me a couple times, like, "Are you slow playing him?" Absolutely not. I don't really take any of that into consideration. And I know I played with Jacob enough that I knew he wasn't paying attention. He's just listening for the sounds, just like I do. I don't really pay too much attention to how long somebody's taking. But yeah, it's gonna come in waves. Usually, if I'm throwing really well, I'm at the line ready to pop. It's when I start throwing bad that I kind of take a second and get all the negative thoughts out of my head, and sometimes it takes a while at my age.
Right? Like you're playing the 5th, 6th place match here, which means that if you win this, all of a sudden goes from $100 to $400, and the prize pool only goes up from here on out. Do you feel like that pressure will be on your shoulders a little bit going into the match?
No, because I'm not thinking about the difference between 100 and 400. I'm thinking about the difference between 100 and 2,000 at this point. I mean, we've gotten this far. The goal is to get back to the other end of the bracket now. There's nothing else that I'm thinking about or considering at this point. So no, that I did notice it, that the money does change at this level. So, but no, that's not my focus at all. My focus is to get all the way back.
And then speaking of getting all the way back, let's look at what's in your way. You have Tito Martinez, and then you also have at the top of the end Scott Hanisch and Cody Drager. And then at the end of that, Brandon Westover. What's your mindset on some of these players left in the tournament with you?
pretty simple. I have a match tomorrow night that I have to give my full focus to. I've been guilty of looking past in in previous matches, and that does nothing good for you. So my Super Bowl is tomorrow night, and then if I'm fortunate enough to get through that, then I will put my full focus on the next match. But I've heard Tito's name, and I've seen him in brackets and things like that, but I don't know that we've ever played against each other. So I was trying to get an idea of who I was going up against. I like to know my opponent a little bit. So, yeah, but he's been throwing solid too. We don't have a huge difference in average week to week. And then I'm a numbers person, so I looked at how I would have fared against him with the averages that I threw as opposed to what my opponents threw, and it's so close. And to me, that's motivating.
Yeah.
That I need to make sure that my game's on point. I need to come ready to play because he's going to throw it all at me.
Well, you definitely have your hands full going into your match on the stream this evening. I'm really excited to see what you bring to the table. I'm really excited to see the outfit and expecting a couple bathroom selfies in between, the usual.
Yeah, I have been waiting. I don't want to jinx myself, but I've been waiting for, one of those final matches maybe to take one, but I do have an outfit planned, and I feel like I have a really good strategy against him. I want to try to extend games. I think that will be to my advantage just based on everything that I've seen. So if you see me trying to extend games in our match, you will know that that's by design, hopefully. Now, if that doesn't work 2 or 3 games in, I might completely abandon it and go back to my trying to throw them off and take some different approaches. But yeah, I'm feeling good about going into tomorrow night, just like I have. I've been playing better than the past 4 weeks than I have in the past 2 years. So yeah, I'm feeling good about it.
Well, I know whatever you have in your back pocket is going to be interesting to see. And is there anything else you want to say for anybody that's going to be watching on the stream?
I don't think so. Not that hasn't already been said. I actually, yeah, the one thing I would like to mention is I'd like to thank everyone, especially in the Omaha area, over the past month for their support and all their kind words. As they've been watching, I've received a ton of messages from people, so I'm really appreciative of that, and it does fuel a fire to try to represent. So keep it coming. You all know I love that stuff. So I like to do it as a group. So I'll try to win one for Omaha tonight.
There we go. Well, I'm excited to see you, Brandon, and thanks for taking the time to chat with me, and best of luck in your match.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. I'm Brandon Neal, and you are watching the CSC Challenger Series.
Tito Martinez. I play out of Duke's Saloon here in Kingsville, Texas, and my vendor is DNC Amusements.
Fantastic. Well, Tito, it's an absolute pleasure to have you on. I know you've been in the chat a few times, and it's about time we got your face on this stream. Now, I just want to jump right into talking about this bracket real quick, right? So you took Billy Meyer in the first round, and then afterwards, my buddy Steve McDowell, someone I play darts with, you crushed him. Absolutely crushed him.
But yeah, that was a good match. He was actually shooting really good.
Oh, yeah, he's a tough shot. When I saw that match card, I was like, oh, man, I wonder how close some of those games were. And then next round, you went on Dan Levine, which is sitting in the king seat. Do you want to talk about that match a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, he started out real strong and took the first 2 games. And then I took a little step back and, I thought to myself, you know what, I shoot just as good. So I actually came back. And he was trailing ahead till about the 6th game, and I finally caught him, and I actually passed him up, and then he got me the last 2 games. I was like, ugh. It was a really close game. Looking forward to playing him again if I get a chance.
Well, speaking of that chance, now you got to go through Brandon Neal, which is probably going to try to stop you on the way there. He's been on the stream a few times now. It's actually the highest average in the tournament of the remaining players. What's your mindset going into this match?
Well, just go in, have fun like I usually do, and hopefully I shoot well. I've been shooting really well these other games, even though I lost the last game, but I shot a good high average with Dan. We're both shooting, 6, 7 marks at a time, and going into this game, I mean, I know it's going to be tough the rest of the way. So, my man said is just go out there and have fun. I never let it get to me. You know what I mean?
Oh, 110%. I mean, when we're looking at like these players here, everyone's a respected shot. Brandon Westover actually talked to me personally about how he was one. You were the person he was looking out for in the bracket, right? He said that I was a qualifier, I believe, that you actually ended up taking that he was in. And he talked about how good of a shot. And from the stats I've been seeing so far, I know for a fact you're a competitor as well.
Right.
Now, let's say you get all the way through here. You get to that final. There's a couple grand in your pocket. What do you do with it?
Me, buy some Christmas gifts for my kids or something.
It's about that time of year.
It's about that time of year, or there goes my maybe a couple of trips down to Florida, play some dart tournaments over there, like I've been wanting to do, or some of the bull shooters that are coming up. Take my trip up there.
Come stay at my place with me then. I'm right over in Orlando. Nice and easy.
Oh, there you go. Would love to.
All righty. Well, is there anything you want to say for anybody that's going to be watching along with you? Any friends, family, fans that are going to be tuning in?
Yeah, enjoy the match. It's going to be a fun one. I got a lot of people that are they follow me, and my sponsor, Monster Monsters, they're definitely going to be watching me out there. So look out! It's going to be a fun game. Looking forward to play Brandon. So
fantastic. Well, Tito, it's an absolute pleasure to have you on, and we wish you the best of luck in your match.
My name is Tito Martinez, and you're watching the CSC Challenger Series.
Well, all righty, folks. We are back here at the CSC Challenger Series, brought to you by the PPD. We have Tito Martinez up 4-3 over Brandon Neal, but Brandon getting 2 crucial legs there on the spin before we went off to break, including a massive celebration after that last leg. You could see it, how much it meant to him. What do you think?
Oh, man, you are 110% correct on that. And I'm telling you right now, Tito Martinez, he has to throw 110% just to stay where he's at in the lead. And Brandon Neal, I love to see it last 2 legs. 111% is what he's throwing. And you love to see it, man. They are both right back in this thing. And we have a battle going. I'm looking forward to this. And without anyone else knowing, you are welcome for all of that. So Chad has been staying strong with us. I can't tell you how much we appreciate that. We appreciate it 110%, to say the least. So if you're wherever you're tuning in from, let us know. Get those numbers back up. Like, share, subscribe, hit that notification button. As I am almost crying with all of the excitement that I am experiencing. You look at that. I can't believe you did that to him. Threw him right on there. He just paced around the entire room, guys, and I am 110% serious about that.
Dude.
It's been insane.
Oh my goodness. Sorry,
welcome
everybody.
back, Will Stewart, the
Gosh,
GOAT,
dang it, man.
USA Darts, man. Love it. I love to see it. I am Sean Green from To The Point Streaming. And
Never seen anybody but Nick Teixeira. Nick Teixeira pull out too many 110% in a minute.
Listen, he did a lot of homages to me on Monday with the Boomdoggles Dynamites and all that, and I just had to give it right back to him.
Oh
And,
my goodness.
These guys are all set to go. Looks like they gave a little wave over. How you doing, bud?
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry.
I'm gonna tell you right now, the one thing that I took away from them cutting over to us is your beautiful haircut. It is absolutely glorious.
Gracious, I don't. My eyes are red as a heck right now because I can't stop crying. Oh, geez, Louise. I'm sorry, folks. I mean, I know you probably heard me chuckling in the background, but I just couldn't control it on that one.
Sorry about that.
That makes 2 times now that Mr. Green has got me on the chuckles. So, oh,
I try my best is all I try to do. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But I want to shout out a couple people here. Brandon Neal playing out of Sundowner Bar in Omaha, Nebraska. Actually, you said it differently. What is the exact location of this bar, bud?
Bellevue,
Bellevue,
Nebraska.
Nebraska. Playing for Nebraska Technical Services. He's throwing the 18-gram Elka Dart Shark Fin Barrel with the Q-Sol Tarot system. He's been playing since 2004. Joined a free poker league, and they were playing darts around him. Said, "Hey, I can do that probably better than you can," and here we are. And I do love listening to those interviews. He did say that he doesn't think he's ever played Tito Martinez before, and I think Tito took advantage of that by all the points he threw at him early on. But
it makes you wonder if Tito maybe watched the previous couple matches, already kind of knew his strategy going into that, kind of used it to his advantage. And see, that can be also the thing to think about is, you watch any good NFL team or MLB team, they always watching tape. Well, that can do this. You can do the same in darts. You can kind of find out their strategy in cricket, especially in that game. Find out the rhythm,
look at that.
that kind of stuff.
Boom chest bump action there from Brandon Neal. He's feeling it. He was not ready to go to break, I can tell you that much. But I agree. It's interesting strategy choice because Brandon even said in his interview he likes to know his opponent a little bit. He likes to know the strategy. And Tito had the advantage of watching Brandon play a couple times on stream, so he got to kind of see that strategy in place. And I just love to think about the fact that these guys are looking back at our streams to get information on their opponents. It's kind of an interesting little add to the CSC Challenger Series that I wasn't really even thinking about early on. We got. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, bud.
Oh, I was just saying, it's something to think about. Can be used to your advantage, especially in cricket, a game like that. Definitely makes it interesting.
Yeah, I mean, you're 110% correct. And I just want to let you know that we got in the chat here Ben Ferris tuning in, a local legend in Indianapolis. Ben, what's up, buddy? Good to see you there. I'm sorry, I can't help myself. I'm gonna stop saying 110% just for you, bud. I feel like I'm just overdoing it a little bit. I don't know though. You let me know if I'm overdoing it. I'll stop. But if not, I might keep going. As we see a nice little 9 mark, a B to the D, or a B goes the D from Tito Martinez as he regains this lead. Isn't it? I can just roll right off, man.
Your English students could hear you right now. Oh my goodness. For those that didn't know, Mr. Green is an English teacher. So by trade, what is it?
English teacher by day, wordsmith by night, as they say.
Wordsmith.
Guys, in the chat, I don't know if you know this, we have a 19-year-old phenom joining us there, Seth Stefano. Buddy, it was an absolute pleasure to watch you throw this weekend, and I love that you're tuning in with us. Good luck at Seacoast. Go over and meet the world famous Will Stewart. He's going to be doing the stream there for USA Darts.
Shoot, don't be saying world famous there. Well, we did the WDF event, but that's about the only thing that I've done. That's nothing. I mean, no, I'm just kidding. And we get that WDF Gold event this weekend at Seacoast, so honored to get the privilege to do that one. So, yeah, Seth, come on over. Anybody who's coming, come on over and say hello to me. I would love to put a face with the name because a lot of you I still have not met through this COVID pandemic. So, love to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just want to point out that John Edwards says that you're 100% good because I got Will cracking up.
You're 110% good. John is a great guy out of, was it Sioux Falls? Sioux City? Can't remember which one it is, John. It's one of the Sioux. Sioux Falls or Sioux City, I believe.
It's good enough. They're both the same, probably.
No, they're definitely not the same. You'll get shunned on that one.
Uh-oh. Never mind. I take it back. Yeah, Brandon had the best comment of the day on my post about the CSC Challenger Series tonight. He said I told Brandon, or he said if Brandon doesn't wear pink, I'm not watching. And here he is in the chat because Brandon wore pink, and Brandon responded and said, I guess Wednesday is laundry day. So there you go. As we get a B, goes the D again from Tito Martinez on those 18s. Gotta love it.
Big stuff. Increasing his lead by 113.
As Brandon steps up here, he's going to have to move over to the 17s now as we get back into the actual action here. We almost distract ourselves a little bit.
Taylor asking, does Brandon walk in public like this, or does he change in the bathroom before the event starts? Oh, it's the real deal. It's the full deal.
And he has a little strut to his walk too. He walks all confident and like a bed bug, just nice.
He honestly has reason to be. He's a quality player. I mean, both these guys to get in this, to get this far into this Division 2, I mean, you got to be a good player. You got to be a quality player. I mean, you've got I think we've got 11, 12 in this event.
There's 11 Division 2. This Division 2. And you're absolutely right because
they're all close in averages. They're all so close in averages.
Yeah, they're right there, and Brandon knows it too. He is a man who lives on a wave of emotion. It seems like when he plays, and I like that about him. He kind of fights right there on the edge. He had all the momentum in the world going into the break, and I think if there was one person that was less excited to go to the break, it was probably Brandon. But chance now to scratch his way back into this a little bit. And I will never make that mistake again, chat. I apologize.
I told you, I said, bud, you better watch that, bud.
I will spank myself later for that mistake, and I apologize.
That's all right. I butcher last names like it's going out of style, so no big deal.
Like it's Dakaria or something.
Yeah, like Deshera, Dirachi.
Dirachi.
That mistake. Deshera Dirachi.
That's okay. Man. He's just behind the scenes.
He'll
barely be on the commentary. It's fine.
I got it right Monday though. Heyo.
What?
And Nick did awesome Monday too. I got to tell you, if you didn't check out that stream Monday, definitely a match to check out. Two quality players in action, and then having Nick with me as he taps in the background. Such a young kid. Oh my goodness,
dude! I'm telling you, you are 110% right about that. He did fantastic on that call. For those of you who are like, what the heck is going on here? Little inside joke that right before we went back from the break, I said I'm going to try and say 110% as many times as humanly possible in the next leg, and I don't know. I think I pulled it off.
10%.
Dear Lord.
Oh my goodness. He had me at the point of a 2-minute cry, and I'm still crying. So that's terrible when you try to be as professional as you can, but I guess you're not. Oh man.
Hey, what we've done here, man, is we've created a little chill environment. Our chat is right here in the middle of everything for us. We love it. It's we wouldn't have it any other way at 11:06 p.m. my time or 10:06 your time.
We were chatting so much. I saw that Tito won, but I didn't see the averages there that he won it with. But
you can imagine it was fire. I can tell you that much. It was fire darts. I think high 4s probably, maybe low 5s. He did great on that leg.
Still, getting that first leg, is going to be significant for him because, those 2 legs before the break, I mean, Brandon just kind of went out there, stole from him on that last leg when he had a winning shot at it. I mean, he had a leg there to, or a shot at a trip 15, no, trip 16.
Trip 15. Yeah, trip 15 would have won him the leg.
Trip 15 to win it after a couple bowls and just not coming out. 4.89 and a 4.56. That's why I call it out, because I know the chat's watching behind us. So
Love the chat. I'm telling you. All the
That's what I
support
lo-
you guys give us, I'm telling you, it's amazing.
that's what I love about this. It's not, like I was saying earlier, yes, we're trying to commentate on a match, but we like to, get your input as well here at home. It's always a significant value for us. So we appreciate you giving us your feedback.
Please, and please continue to do so. We have the great Dan Levine tuning in with us, sitting on the king seat, just watching the competition, maybe taking some notes there. But I like how Scott Handish replied to Seth Stefano and said, I just asked myself today how you can throw 90 plus every weekend but haven't won a single youth event offered. But he has won an actual championship dart circuit main event, event number 5, which is just insane. But I'm telling you right now, that kid practices 7-8 hours a day.
Wow.
That's dedication, that's hard work, and it is attributed to the success that he's had recently. It's so cool to see.
Keep on it, buddy. You're trying to put your name out there and make a name for yourself, and you're certainly doing so. Keep at it.
Absolutely. As Tito Martinez, Brandon Neal, a little bit lower so far in this leg, stats wise, than we're used to. See if Brandon can take advantage here to bring it back to 5-4. I believe my prediction was 9-7 Brandon Neal, so it's now or never, buddy. Hate to tell you, put some pressure on you, even more so than you're already getting from Tito, but let's get a move on here. You got to win some legs in rapid succession for me, just for my prediction to be right.
Something that I want to ask, we're going to have a couple weeks here. You mentioned Dan Levine being in the king seat. Dan, I wanted to ask you, sir, since you're tuning in, what are you going to do in the meantime to kind of prepare yourself for that final? If you want to put that in the chat, if you can. If you don't have time, hopefully Nick can reach out, maybe get a little interview. I know that he's pretty busy with his time, but hopefully he can reach out and maybe do a little interview with you about being in the king seat and your progression through the bracket.
There you go.
Definitely a little tough road, kind of that can be a little tough thing to kind of take a couple weeks off and then all of a sudden have to come back for another match.
One of the great quotes that was said to me this weekend is that double elimination brackets are almost set up for the loser side, just because the king seat seems to wait a little bit longer, maybe gets a little bit colder there, and that's coming from the great Larry Butler. So if that's how he's feeling about it, I'd say that he has some experience dealing with that side of things. So interesting to kind of think about, but I agree. That's a great question for Dan. And Brandon Westover, same way. He's also going to be sitting there for a couple weeks. See what they do here. Is Brandon taking control of this leg here? That would have been a huge last start, and he knows it.
Tito does here. 15s all day. Looking for 7 of them.
He did not do that. He shot up at the 20s, but that was also because he missed the second one out of the trip and missed the first one. So Brandon now in complete control here of this leg. Let's see if he starts on the bulls, actually.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what he starts off here. Yeah, I was thinking he's probably just going to try to go at the 15s, but it looked like he went over to the bull with that second one, though.
He did. Yeah, he did almost a mixture of what we thought he was going to do there.
Interesting move with that second dart. I mean, I think he knew that he was going to probably come back and try to stab that, but I think you'd rather just close it out while you can,
No, absolutely. And Dan did give an answer to us. He said, I have a few nights of league and then some weekend tournaments. Here in Wisconsin, we had a huge all-weekend tournament in Plover that I shot. He will be looking forward to shooting whoever comes through this on the December 8th matchup. So as Brandon Neal does take out that leg, only averaging a 3.89.
Well, thank you, Dan, for taking the time to answer that. Appreciate that, sir.
Absolutely.
Good luck in that final. We're preparing for that final, sir.
We'll probably be there.
Just probably.
I don't know. If we keep going the way we've been going, 110%, I believe that we'd probably get fired before then.
you, you could be correct there.
All right. So Tito starting off here. What a huge leg this is. And he doesn't start it off very well. So I think Brandon looked up with a little shock on his face with 20s wide open for him to attack and take control of this leg early on. Takes his time. That tells you that maybe
20s, yeah. Now here's a question I got for you. Do you take the chances at closing the 20s or do you go to 19s?
See, I will take the 20s, and the reason why is I'm a lower level player. I play in lower level brackets and lower divisions, and my thought process I think is a little bit different than playing at this top level. Anytime I can steal a lay or a wedge is so huge to me in my type of level and what I play in. So I always try to do that if I can. And if someone leaves those 20s open for me to do, I'm going to try and do it.
I think I've asked you that before, but I kind of wanted to re-ask it. I'm a 19s guy there. If they got 2 on me, I'm going to go ahead and go down to 19s, try to get 3 plus, at least make it interesting with their next darts. Because, they kind of puts a little bit of pressure on them, knowing that I'm going to come up right behind them and have a look if they don't close it out, as well. So,
No, I agree with that too.
Yeah.
I agree with that too, and you're perfectly right on your thought process there. I mean, it makes perfect sense to throw down there, get 4 19s, and then shoot up the 20s maybe on the last start to try and steal it. But there's no reason not to just at least have a wedge open, because with 2 marks on the 20, if you just all you do is close the 20s, then that's nothing at a certain level.
And I could see yourself, if you get 19, stay down there. If you get, a 4 count on there, stay down there at the 19s. But maybe if you get, a 7 mark, or a 6 mark, sitting on a 6 mark, maybe you take that look at the 20s at that last start. But
no,
just a little, kind of thoughts on that.
I like it, man. I like it. And Brandon went my route, and it did not work out for him. So it's always great when you hit it, and it's never great when you miss it, no matter what your strategy choice is.
Look at this. Taking the countdown timer all the way down to 10,
I love it.
9, 8, 7. Finally throwing that first dart. So Brandon taking his time with the strategy here. Only coming up with 2 single 19s. Needs a big hit here with the triple. He's not going to find the lead, but he'll definitely kind of find his way back into a manageable spot. Still down by 70 though.
Yeah, no, that was a good last start, and again, you guys can see just how big. I'm so happy that the great Kenny Doyle agrees with me, but it's so big. This leg is a big 9 mark there for Tito Martinez. Boom goes the dynamite.
Well, I'm glad that Kenny just told me to shut my damn mouth because he is the master when it comes to the cricket as of late, especially in that Division 1 bracket. So, alrighty, sir. Touche.
Man, it feels good. I got to be honest with you. No, I'm kidding. Again, I see absolutely why your strategy option might be to start on the 19s. Although that being said, what Kenny says goes right now. So
Dan says always listen to Kenny.
I'm trying to defend you now all of a sudden for some reason, just because
Kenny's got years and years of experience too.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't remember off the stat sheet alone how many years he's been playing, but it's a significant amount. So he's been playing it for a while.
Yeah, you're absolutely right there too, for sure. And it shows honestly on how he plays, because he throws very smart darts, but also it's easy to throw very smart darts when you're killing the dartboard pretty much, which Kenny Doyle does on a regular basis.
John Edwards backing him up too, saying I'd pound that X. So yeah, saying it's the biggest number on the board too. So another comment there. So
Look, it's not every day I get a big W on the scoreboard. So I'll take it. 110% of the time, you know.
Oh my goodness, good stuff.
All right, someone in the chat talk about the 19s and how great that move is, or else Will's gonna quit.
How about that big 6 from Tito there, closing out the 16s and the 15s, looking promising to make this a 6-4 match right now.
Tito Martinez is throwing absolute fantastic darts in those legs that he absolutely needs to, and that cannot go unsaid here because he knows how big these legs are, and he has made this one count big time. And usually we're seeing Brandon Neal kind of do that in those last couple of matches that we've watched from him. But right now, it is going the opposite way. So another big leg here for Brandon Neal. He keeps getting right on the cusp of taking over, but Tito so far not letting him do so.
Let's see here. Brandon, once again, kind of taking the moment here to just step back and seeing it go down to 9. Again, he's taking it down to -10 here.
And I can't stress this enough that I really do like that strategy from him. It's not paying off right now, but he also mentioned in his interview tonight, and I love that this question was asked. Great work by Mr. Nick Teixeira on that question, but talked to him about his pace, and he said that when he slows down is when he's not throwing the best darts. So that's an interesting way to look at it here, because I like when he does it, but I thought that that was something that he just did deliberately all the time. If he doesn't quite do that all the time, then it's interesting to see when he does do it. And it is not working for him right this second, unfortunately. Only a 2 mark there on the 20s.
So I continue to get bashed in the chat for my decision on that one. And Jay also saying SMW, if you add your ages, your kids' ages, and your wife's age, and my wife's age, you'll still have 10 years short of how long Kitty has been playing darts. So that just goes to show you, Kitty's been playing 30 plus, I believe, is what if I remember, 30 plus years. I think it's more like 40 years. I believe.
Yeah, I mean, I'm 15, you're 16. We don't have kids, and his wife's age. I'm just saying that works out perfectly.
Works out perfectly. It works out perfectly.
He could get down to 4. I just saw he took the timer down to 4 seconds in that one, and then throws out a 7 mark. And we also know that he loves 18. So,
So that's just proving he's focused. He focuses more when he starts to slow down.
oh my gosh, the chat is awesome tonight. Oh goodness gracious, I can't say with that. I can't do it. I'm not gonna do that. All right, so Brandon steps up here. 18s, and a lot of them will do, and he loves them. So as soon as I say that, he hits the 1 and then the 4. So, but does hit the trip on the last dart, which is huge. Huge there.
166 plays 152 here. Tito just been attacking the 19s all night, looking for a 7.
No,
And it is a 7, but it's on the 18s with the last dart. Is that got you in a bundle of it? Were you seeing that?
I'm shocked, and if I'm Brandon, I'm almost shocked because I almost go to the line expecting 18s to still be there for me. That being said, that is such a smart move from Tito Martinez in that situation because Brandon Neal has been destroying the 18s all night long. So he's making him throw at something that he is not as comfortable throwing at, and it is showing right here in this round from Brandon. Only 4.
So yeah, Tito probably remembering that Brandon really likes those 18s. As you see Brandon jumping there with some come on, let's get going. Come on.
Yeah, and you saw there, right? Uh, Tito didn't even look at the 17s in those 3 darts, and wanted to point there, and that's what we were expecting on the 18s. Um, this is great, man. I'm telling you, these are 2 just super smart dart players that are just, I mean, throwing the right thing. Uh, the only mess up at all this whole night from either of these players was Tito not going for those match-winning darts in leg 7. But other than that, I mean, they've stuck to what they've done, and they've stuck to it well, as we get a nice 7 mark there for Tito Martinez again. And if he wins this and goes up 7-4, oh boy, that is such a huge advantage.
Yeah, you're right. We haven't seen that, strategy change, that real big strategy change. Um, sporadic strategy change is what I'm trying to say. Sporadic. It's been just one strategy, points, be up by at least 100, and go from there. And that's what we've seen win these legs and take it, the advantage in their favor.
Yeah, and it's actually, I'm going to say the 100-point lead is not enough for these guys. It's 150 plus before they're really shooting over to close out a number. I mean, it's been a little bit more like right there. He had almost 100-point lead. Instead, points the 19s more. And I honestly expected nothing else out of Tito Martinez right there. And on the 18s, that's what shocked us, right? He was only
Yeah.
up like 100 points. It's crazy. This is man, I'm telling you, this is a fascinating match to watch, and just watch how well these guys are working on their craft and strategy in cricket. This is almost like a match that you cut and just give away and say, look at the strategy on cricket here, because these are 2 of the best doing great strategy work.
Good
And they're
stuff.
also really good at darts.
Yeah, look at that there. Big 9 mark from Brandon.
Do you want this one? Do you want to give one?
A boom goes the dynamite?
Oh, I loved it. That
There
made
you
me
go.
shake.
There you go. I'll give you a 1. Boom goes the dynamite. There you go. You had 2 for there, actually.
Oh my goodness. Tinglies all up my arms.
So look at just steady Brandon's throw is here. Just like a rock, but
Yeah, you almost noticed that he shorted that first dart in his backswing. He kind of fired through a little bit early on that one. But I love how as soon as he gets past the line, he's turned around watching what Tito does. This is a big leg, and Brandon needs to scrap and claw here with a nice 9 mark to get right back in this thing. And this is the moment.
yeah, he's got to find that focus point and
Oh
stick to
boy.
it. 3 big triples.
Goes the dynamite Brandon Neal, ladies and gentlemen.
Look at these guys in
Wow.
the background, giving him some love, cheering him on. That's what we love to see. How about that support from Sundowners Bar in Bellevue, Nebraska?
Absolutely, guys. Talk about a blessing to play league night and then just go over and watch the greatness of this match in person. That's so awesome. Brandon now in complete control as long as he does what he needs to do here. A big 6 mark here goes a long way, especially with the close of the 19s at some point.
So I did want to mention we've been giving some love to Sundowners. How about some love for Duke Saloon in Kingsville, Texas, for Tito Martinez doing
No,
his
that's-
work here
Oh
on the stream
no.
there.
Oh, Brandon. Oh boy. Only 15 there. And just gives it right back to Tito. This is where I would walk back to the line with the proverbial door wide open. And he points. What do you think of that, man?
Sorry, say that one more time. I was looking at the chat.
Sorry, he pointed there. He got 3 19s and didn't even look over at the 15s, even though he was up 3 points. I know that we've watched him just point all night, but that is a shocking one there.
I'm thinking he's looking because see he's already found the lead here. Well, not quite the lead, but he was going for a big close there, and I almost second guessed that one and maybe staying on the 15s. for Brandon.
I am just as shocked at Tito's 319s as I was at Brandon's move there, because it was tied. Man, what is happening, man? This is where, like, let's just interview these guys right now after this match. No, I'm kidding. Get them on the phone. I want to know.
Pull him in the Discord. Let's do it.
And he stayed there for all three of those. He did a look away and just missed the 9 mark. Oh, he knows that one felt good in his arm.
Big 7 to put him ahead by 10, but I have a feeling here. Big trip 19. Yep.
Staying there. He's staying there all day. I mean, we'd think about it and second guess it, but he's staying there all day long, and it's so crazy in this type of situation where that dagger dart is there. It's almost like he's just playing. He's keeping Brandon into it, and I don't like that idea.
Well, see, I'm the opposite. See, Tito knows that Brandon's 2 triples away from closing out his number if he wanted to, because he's 90 points here, puts him ahead.
And the chat is right on point again. Mucus says it's round 15 too, so you got to watch that 20 round limit. And
so maybe that's another reason to kind of keep your point lead.
And look at this dart here. If Brandon gets 2 triples out of that first hanging dart.
Wow, look how far over he is.
Insane. This will be insane. Throw a little bit harder than he's used to there, and gets one of them at least. That's huge.
Oh my goodness, look how far over he was.
Not very many people playing can do that, man. Not very many people at all.
He had to be a whole throw line and a half over onto the right side.
Yep, and Tito Martinez is playing the point game at this point, ladies and gentlemen. He will not move from those 19s anymore, I'm pretty sure. At round 16, Brandon needs to throw 9 marks just to stay with Tito's 6 marks. Tito's 7 marks, 6 marks. And Brandon not quite doing it so far. If this becomes 7-4, I know he's not out of it, but do you think it becomes a little bit out of reach with how Tito puts pressure on every single leg?
This is the problem that Brandon's been having, is every time that Tito steps up with the go ahead, he produces with those first 6 darts compared to Brandon. So that's the thing that makes it difficult for me to see that Brandon, puts in place unless he really takes advantage of the player advantage rule. But the thing is he doesn't really get to take advantage of that until he's down 8-4.
Yeah, and by then that's not a good one there. And I just want to say how right I was that Tito was never moving from the 19s as he steps up here 1 bullseye away from winning this leg before the round limit's over. So dynamite drop in from myself. What a call. Wrong again. All right. I just was trying to get ahead of the chat there. You know how it goes. All right, guys. 7-4, Tito Martinez over Brandon Neal. And Brandon's going to have to just up it a whole nother level here.
It's going to be really interesting to see how Tito's average is after this match, because he's really been throwing phenomenal in this match, as MVG would say, as he's currently
phenomenal.
He threw a 4.05 going into this match after a 3.85, 4.27, and a 4.08 in his previous matches. So really produced some quality stuff here in this one.
Yep, and that's going to hurt Brandon right there. That first round, 220s. He's a little bit on the ropes here. And his darts are there. He's throwing good averages. Oh my goodness, Tito just gave it right back to him. Shh, I'm going to stop talking. Wow. Here is the gift that you gave to me, sir. Do something with it.
I see myself. This is where I kind of thought of the previous thought with the 19s is, Tito kind of just wasted a couple darts there because it's a guaranteed close. You still have to close them out in the end. I mean, you do, but
he only got 3 there, so this might be a little Trip 19, jump to close to 20s for normal people, and then Trip 19. For Tito, it's going to be Trip 19, Trip 19, Trip 19. And I love it.
Kevin just bringing out that the board just said 8-4. Yeah, the 8-4 is including our little diddle per se, and it's going to be a count down or count up game, kind of 501, 501. They do 3 darts to find out who's going to start. So that does include that one. So that is where you're getting that 8-4 number at, as Tito won the cork.
No, absolutely. And that's actually brings up a great point that there are people tuning in with us that were not here early on. So it's a perfect time to run through this with you again. But if you want to know how to become eligible to play in PPD Nationals in January, TOC in October 2022, and the CSC Challenger Series that will be starting at the end of February, I believe, players become eligible for those by playing in PPD leagues and daily remote tournaments, or DRTs. Leagues are starting daily. Get involved by going to dartstoc.com and checking out the map. The map will show any location with G3 boards within the PPD system. We are always accepting new members, so if you're not seeing anything in your area, have your vendor contact us on our website. From there, players can sign up for the leagues. It doesn't take a ridiculous amount of games to be eligible either. Consistently playing one league a week will keep a player eligible for this event in the future. Again, go to dartstoc.com and get signed up today. And last but certainly not least, if you're trying to get actually invited to this CSC Challenger Series, which has been absolutely wonderful this leg, you have to be within the top 500 players point-wise on the All-Star rank list at least to do that. And you have to be on that lockdown list by January 11th, 2022. However, January 9th is the last day to play matches to get into the point totals for that January 11th lockdown date. Now, keep in mind that the way to get points is that for every league match played, DRT played, there's 50 points awarded every time a player plays in our All-Star Triples tournament, which is this weekend or next weekend as well. So get into that also. On that January 11th lockdown date, we will take the top 500 players on the rank list, sort that list of players by player rating. The top 32 players will be invited to Division 1, and the next highest rated 32 players will be invited to Division 2. That's right, we are switching Division 2 to 32 players in hopes for more streaming opportunities, and also gives 16 more spots for players to fill, therefore rewarding more players for their PPD remote play. And I know that the payouts are gonna be huge, and I cannot wait to announce those at the time that they're released, man. It's going to be insane. You're going to want to get involved. If you are a top level player, if you're sitting here watching this and you're like, I can do that, get involved, sign up for some PPD leagues, sign up for some remote daily tournaments, and get going, guys. It's now or never, and now is beautiful.
Yeah, you can't win money without being involved, so get involved and do it. Head on over to dartstoc.com. So we're seeing Tito really coming out with some good numbers in this one compared to Brandon, as it's a 5.0 marks per round compared to a 2.86. So Brandon just not producing anything of value really in that one.
I think what we're seeing here is we're getting to know a really talented player in Tito Martinez. And I give him all the credit in the world. He has thrown absolutely phenomenally tonight. His averages have been through the roof compared to what we were probably expecting from him. And that is exactly what you do to move forward in this tournament. It's a shock. Brandon has not thrown that badly tonight. He really hasn't. He's starting to now, and I think that's because it is 8-4. But he threw great in a lot of those legs that he lost because of Tito's strategy and the way that he just pounds players. I love it.
See if Tito, closes it out real quick. And this is the part that, you know, has been crucial in this whole match, is the 20s, 19s, and 18s. I mean, that's always your crucial deal, but more so the 20s and 19s in a match. But tides can turn in the 17s and 15s, or the 16s and 15s. But I mean, you've been really seeing the points get to that 100+ range with the 20s and 19s, and from there, it's just been that match or that leg gets out of hand.
No, absolutely. And we got a comment from Melton Stark who asked, why not create something for the lower ranked players? Man, that's a great question. And I got to be honest with you, PPD does a great job of doing that too with PPD Nationals. That happens twice a year. The TOC in October is big time to do that.
Yeah, there's so
I'm
many
not,
different levels, I'm
yeah,
pretty sure. Yeah.
they're flighted fantastically. Based on a whole bunch of different things. So you're never like a disadvantage. As we get a 9 mark there for Brandon Neal. That's what I'm talking about. In a 8-4 match, he's still throwing fire. Boom goes to dynamite for that. I love seeing that. But they do a great job for everyone of every skill. This CSC Challenger Series is just a great way to promote those top level players and get to know a little bit more about how to play the game of darts, because these guys are just showing us all the great ways of how to play this beautiful game of cricket. And I love it.
Neal with the slight advantage here, but could quickly go in Tito's favor with the big triple here. Doesn't get it, so let's see what Neal can do here. 190 to 108. Gonna attack these. You think he'd take a shot at these 18s?
Normally, which is the answer, right? I mean,
He's felt confident on the 18s. I don't see why he wouldn't.
look at this.
Go into the 17s instead to open up another house. That's
Oh, no.
respectable.
Yeah, after that miss though, that's trouble, because it locked him in on doing that one thing, and it leaves Tito on a number that he loves, based on what we've seen earlier in the chat. He only gets 4 of them though, so we'll see kind of how this plays out. Brandon starting on the 19s. Staying there. Now he'll look up. Yep. Oh, good looking dart there. A nice 5 mark. But Tito with the good news for Brandon is having those 2 wedges really doesn't allow Tito to get too far back in this thing. But he's going to make him pay on the 18s right now with a nice 9 mark. Boom goes to dynamite. I'm so shocked with how well Tito has played. I'm telling you, he's had 10 9 marks all tournament, and he's had about 10 tonight.
Yeah, there's been a good amount of 9s here. I mean, Brandon's had his fair share. Tito's had a fair share. It's been a quality match, and like I said, when one of your players is shooting a 4.6 plus, maybe a 4.5 plus, I'll say that for Tito. The other players got to rise, and we've seen that from Brandon. He's been playing well, other than that last leg that we saw. I mean, that was just one of them legs. It's going to happen over the course of possibly 17, but we're in what 12 now, 13, yep. Leg 13. So
13th leg, and you can see he's shaking out his arm a little bit, and he's been. So based on his interview, when he said that when he's not throwing as well, he takes his time a little bit more than if he is throwing well. It seems like his shot's been struggling a little bit, but I really don't think that's been the case, because he has not thrown bad darts at all. It's really just been Tito putting all this pressure on him every single leg, every single throw, and it has been so impressive to watch Tito work tonight. And I can't stress that enough. Brandon has just been caught in a crossfire here of just points all day. I've loved it, because it's worked so well for Tito, and it is so impressive to watch. And it makes any player that's like, why are you overpointing? Overpointing is ridiculous, whatever, and gets upset at that, like, just watch this. You don't lose doing that. It's just so hard to lose when you just point.
Exactly, and that's the thing. It's just if you can come out here and do that. I mean, of course, he wasn't able to. Who knows how we didn't get to see the screenplay per se of his previous matches, and who knows how those kind of went. But this strategy's come out with tonight has just been pure and worked for him for Tito Martinez. So now this isn't over yet. I mean,
No, not
Brandon kind of has a couple houses here to play with, and
yeah. No, this is not over yet either. Absolutely, and this leg is definitely not. But just to get back to what Tito's doing tonight, your point in darts, when you're really good at darts, you make darts not fun for your opponent that you're playing. And I'm going to tell you right now, I don't think Brandon's had fun tonight.
yeah, there's definitely been a couple legs where it just hasn't been fun because it's like how can I hit a 9 mark and still be only up by 5 or down in points still. It's just there's been a couple situations where that's happened.
Yeah, it's been, like I said, it's been impressive darts from Tito Martinez tonight. And we got to give him all the credit in the world because Brandon had been just throwing very well coming into this, highest average in the tournament. And Tito is up 8-4. And with Brandon doing what he just did right there, Tito might win 9-4 at this point.
Yeah, you just kind of wonder here. The player advantage is going to help out Brandon if he can pull off this leg, and he'll get another opportunity to start. But I believe he started off with only just two singles in this leg with the 20s.
I believe so.
Yeah, I think he did. So that's just the he can't do that if he wins this leg. He's got to come out hot, but he's got to take this one leg at a time. He's got to take the lead here.
Oh, that was a big dart there, I think, for Brandon if he would hit that triple.
So here we go. 4-point lead. Does he open another house? Yep, he will.
Yeah, I mean, just completely on point for what he's done tonight. They're only throwing a 3.92 and a 3.67, but I mean, the strategy's still in play, still working. And apparently you can see Tito and Monsters play the Pro-Am at Texas Bull Shooter. And what he means is you can watch him.
Good stuff. Oh, Dark Factor, we really haven't talked a lot about Tito in the previous ones, other than just a name drop to or here or where he's at in the bracket. But to our favor, we haven't really known him per se, but we're getting a good look here at the capabilities of Mr. Tito Martinez, and wow, he's he could be one to factor in here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you right now, whoever won that Scott Hanish, well, no, we know who won. It was not Scott. Scott did not win that. It was Cody Drager. Cody's sitting here and he's probably, I don't know, maybe watching this match, and he's not excited to play Tito if Tito ends up pulling this out. Tito's going to make him work.
This is the kind of win for Tito if he does pull this off that he can ride out for a couple matches if he really wanted to. So gotta see what happens here. Just really 7 mark.
Yep.
Big number after big number, 5 mark after 5 mark after 6 mark after 9 mark. It's just really good stuff here.
I need to point out that it is round 15. And so these guys might start to pay attention to that a little bit, but Brandon needs to hit a lot of 17s right here. He needs some sort of really big round to just calm him down a little bit. And so far, he is not doing it at all. He does not get it done, man. So a frustrating round there for Brandon Neal. Tito steps up here, can go right at the 17s, and he is doing so. They missed him. Oh my goodness. Sorry, I got excited there. He missed him. I didn't think that was going to happen. Brandon
either.
Yeah, Brandon didn't think so either. This got to put a little spark in him. It did. It really did. Oh, good darts there for Brandon Neal. A 7 mark drags him right back in this off of a Tito missed single.
Is here.
Closes
Interesting. I'm
Yeah.
really with this way he's been playing lately. I'm kind of interested with that closure on the 17s instead of just going his chances all at the 16s.
Yeah, I think I mean, I agree with that completely, especially with the round that they're in. If I'm being honest with you. And I'm so oh, he missed it. He looked oh no. Oh my goodness. We're getting both these guys are kind of just giving it right back and forth to each other, man.
Yeah, Jake Worley saying fatigue setting in. I think
Yeah.
you are definitely right in that.
He only
See,
gets
that's a
one
big
trip.
dart. Yeah, but that's a
Yeah.
big dart, though. That is a big dart.
But if Brandon hits the trip 15, he can just go 2 singles at closing the 16. If he wants to play that way. Chat's getting worse. Uh-oh. He went for the close too, and that might cost him everything. That might cost him this one. Yeah, that's a good first start.
Yeah, that's a great first start. Wow, look at that.
You just
too.
stay there again? Yep. Sure does.
Tito's gonna force his hand on this one. 101 point lead, gonna make it pretty hard on Mr. Neal here.
Yep, if Brandon wants to close the 16s, he can't take a point lead. And he's not going to get the point lead either way now. Uh-oh. My goodness. Tito again. Just throwing great darts at the right time there. Closes the 15-1 dart. He's looking for the win the natural way and doesn't quite get it, but it looks like it might be the end of the road here for Brandon Neal in just a minute or so. 110%, Jake Worthley says.
Maybe one of those days for Mr. Neal where he's find himself bowing out of this one as Tito just needs the one here.
Yep, here we go. Tito Martinez gets it done. Impressive darts all the way through for Tito as he takes this out 9-4.
Big win there for Tito Martinez as he's going to move on to play Cody Drager in the next round. And then Brandon Westover will be waiting the winner of that one. So, wow, really surprising to say the least. I really didn't when this match kind of got on the table first. I didn't expect this kind of outcome.
We know Tito now, right?
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, that's what darts, man. That is awesome. As we look over here at the overall, Cody and Tito have both guaranteed themselves $400, man. And from here on out, the money just jumps.
Yeah, it's going to jump significantly as we're going to have that third place match next with Brandon Westover. And the winner's going to go over and play Mr. Dan Levine in the finals. So should be a good one here as we close out Division 2 in the next coming weeks. You definitely don't want to miss out on these ones. And we still have a lot from Division 1 coming your way here too. So, wow.
We certainly do have a lot coming our way. And, that is, man, what a great match. Tito Martinez just shot phenomenal darts all night long. I am so interested to see what his final average is because except for that last leg or two, his average was mid 4s, high 4s.
Yeah, and maybe I don't know his previous averages, but looking at his previous averages, maybe the fatigue set in or something like that, and maybe drop his averages just a hair. But I mean, overall for the night, I have him probably at 4.5, maybe a 4.4 plus. So really
Yeah,
good stuff there for Tito to earn his spot into the next round. So
man. So I want to thank the chat tonight. You guys were awesome all night long. You guys are supporting us. Love what we do. I'm from Indiana. I live in Indianapolis, Indiana. Mr. Will Stewart lives all the way down in Kansas. Mr. Nick DeShera over there lives all the way in Orlando, Florida. I mean, just insane. We appreciate all the support you guys have given us. It's been great.
yeah, definitely all the comments, it helps out because, like we said, we love to commentate. We also love to have you guys involved too. So don't
Yep.
forget to join us every Monday, Wednesday night here, 8:30 p.m. Central Time. It's been great to have you here on the Partners Promoting Darts page. William Stewart here from USA Darts, joined as always by Sean Green. Well, actually, next weekend I think we'll kind of be in a little shift, or next week we'll be in a little bit shift. I know I'll be missing out on Monday, so
Oh,
you may be having a special guest with you Monday night. I'm looking forward to tuning in and seeing that one. So
I
you guys
promise.
have
I promise to try and make him cry.
there we go. Well, you guys have a good night from both of us here and Nick in the background. Take care. We'll see you next time.
See you guys.